So the Springboks are the best rugby team in the world. They're the world champions 2 times in a row. And looking at the last few games that the Springboks have played, especially the one against Ireland, where I get a feeling that when you watch them, whether you're watching highlights or the full game, when you watch the Springboks and you go through each and every player's face, you get to realize that they want it. They want to win the game. They want to be the best. And even in the selections and how the team just keeps surprising other nations and when they play and their scrum, the way the team operates together, you get to realize that this is a team that has one common goal. And that goal is we are going to play the best rugby possible. And we are going to demonstrate to these other teams that we can do this and do it with so much pride. The other day I was watching highlights from the World Cup. I think it was against England or against France, one of the last most intense 20 minutes, where I was just zooming in into the faces of our Springbok players. And when you look into their faces, it's like they're not even there because the focus is on we're a team, and then they're talking to each other, encouraging each other, patting themselves in the back and say, guys, we've got this. They're finished, they're tired, let's do this. So it got me thinking that South Africa as a country, we have this team that is the best team in the world, the best team on the planet. And if you really study this team, you'll get to realize that what puts them together as a team is their common goal. So as a country, what can we learn from this? What can we learn from the Springboks when it comes to winning games and being a very tight unit that moves almost like by remote control? They have a purpose when they go on the field and they push for that win. Doesn't matter how they could be behind at halftime, but when they come back, you feel like they've psyched themselves up to say, listen, guys, we can do this. So what can we learn from that kind of system? What can we learn from the Springboks when it comes to winning and most importantly, their demonstration of what teamwork can do? So we have 60 million people in South Africa. We have many educated people in South Africa. We have so many skills in South Africa. So why can we not learn? Why can't we learn from the Springboks when it comes to winning, number one, and how to build a unit that can move forward and bring something positive? I was just thinking about that to say the Springboks they're together like glue. And when they move forward, you can see that they move forward with purpose. They work through every detail of the game. So as a country, you look at the performance of a team that comes from your own country. Why don't we look at that and say, guys, stand back a little bit. What can we learn from this? What conversations can we start having to say, guys, we can put this together, man. This team exists in this country. These players come from this country, from all sorts of provinces and all sorts of backgrounds. I wanted to play a clip where Rassie Erasmus was, talking to the players at halftime to say, you said you will die for your country. I want to see you do it on the field. You said you're going to die for your country, so demonstrate it. So that's the kind of attitude that we have to, adopt if we want to change what South Africa is going through right now. If we want to turn the negative things that are going on about South Africa now into something positive that can create a way forward and create, a better education system, better law enforcement agencies, just better systems in government in general. Even the way we do stuff, whether it's bylaws or whether it's complying with whatever you need to comply with to get what you need to do instead of paying a bribe. Why can't we have that team spirit as a country? And it's almost like the feeling we had in 1994, in 1996 when Bafana Bafana won the African Nations Cup. There was a sense of togetherness that as a country we can do this. It's like when we sing the national anthem in a stadium, there's a sense that this is our country. This is ours. So what can we learn from the Springboks, and why can't we start analyzing the situation and say, guys, we have a team of players from different races, from different backgrounds, but when they get on that field, they move like a unit. Why can we not learn from that as South Africans and start finding solutions, between ourselves when it comes to crime and unemployment and corruption and all the negative stuff that are surrounding South Africa, especially now in 2025. So please tell me in your comments what you think. But I think we have to study this and learn from the system that is the Springboks. So tell me what you think in the comments. And unfortunately, I can't play that clip, but it just moves me as a South African. When I look at it, I get emotional about it because that's what being a patriot is all about. That when your national anthem is playing, when you're praying for your country, it's everything you've ever wanted. Why can't we have the same attitude about our economy and crime and corruption? Why can't we have the same attitude to say enough is enough? Let's rebuild as South Africans and move forward. Anyway, guys, I'll meet you in the comments. That was just my thought for the day. Until then, stay safe.